Welcome to Rowan College of South Jersey's virtual open house. I'm Josh Fiddington, the college's Vice President and Chief Information Officer, and it's my pleasure to be the moderator for this evening's event. Today, we'll learn about the Education and Humanities Division, but before we meet the deans, it's my pleasure to introduce Lisa Vasapolo, who will speak to the amazing services that we offer to our students here at Rowan College of South Jersey. Lisa?
Thanks, Josh. Good evening, everyone. I'm here from our Student Services Division to assist in hosting tonight's event. In this time of uncertainty, one thing is certain. RCSJ is still here to help you achieve your academic goals. RCSJ is one of the fastest growing community colleges and has been voted the #1 community college in the state of New Jersey by schools.com. We offer over 120 academic programs that include fully online options, and we continue to be one of the lowest tuition rates in New Jersey with no tuition or fee increase for the 2020-2021 academic year. Also, our premier partnership with Rowan University makes it possible for us to offer unique programs such as Rowan Choice and 3+1. In addition to our excellent academic programs, we offer a whole host of support services to help you thrive during your academic journey with us. From our knowledgeable and supportive academic advisors to our free confidential counseling and wellness services, all the way to our vibrant student life division, which offers 25 clubs and organizations, we're here for you. Tonight, you are going to hear from the deans, faculty, and staff and be able to ask questions that'll help get you started. A Q&A will follow tonight's presentation. We thank you for attending this evening's event, and I'd like to pass the presentation now back to Josh to proceed.
Thank you very much, Lisa. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way that we live and learn, and to meet these new conditions, RCSJ has developed new ways to attend college. So attend RCSJ your way. There's the traditional face-to-face where the student comes to class and they, let's say they have a class at Monday at noon, they would sit in class and listen to the professor lecture, be interactive. Obviously, because of the trying times we're in right now during the summer, we're not able to offer any of the face-to-face classes. Instead, we currently have online classes, and we always have online classes. In the fall, we'll have online classes just like we normally would. But we're also introducing a new format. We call it live online. So think of the best pieces that you get from that face-to-face experience, where you know that you're going to be in class on Monday at noon, or whatever that time may be. But you can't do that because of social distancing right now. So we're introducing the new live online, where you'll still meet with your professor at that particular day and time. But now you'll be doing it through software like we're using right here, Zoom as an example. And so you'll be able to interact with your professor and your fellow classmates from the safety of your home, but still get that kind of that face-to-face interaction that that a lot of students like when they actually come to campus. So again, these are just some of those new ways that we're allowing students to attend in the fall, and we look forward to seeing you. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dean Paul Ruffino, Dean Lynn Lichtenberger, as well as assistant deans Kevin Kitcheman and Marcella Savesky. Dean Lichtenberger, please take it away.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us to learn about some of the programs we offer on our 2 campuses. In the Division of Education and Humanities at Cumberland, we offer the following degree programs: liberal arts, art education, elementary secondary education, early childhood preschool education, history, literature, philosophy and religion, and Spanish. Dr. Ruffino?
And on the Gloucester campus, we offer programs in the Education and Humanities Division in the Arts and Sciences, Education, Inclusive Education 3+1 program, which we will discuss a little bit later, Health, Physical Education and Recreation, History, and Philosophy.
At Cumberland, we also offer 2 certificates in education, one in early childhood education and one in infant toddler education. From the Education and Humanities Division, we are highlighting our shared education programs. To showcase the programs on our Cumberland campus is Dr. Kate Felice, coordinator.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kate Tumulty-Felice, and I'm the coordinator of education programs on the Cumberland campus. On our campus, we offer early childhood, elementary, and secondary education. We have pathways to certification for each, either entirely on the RCSJ Cumberland campus or at any other college or university to which you want to transfer. Our early childhood program is one of the most unique programs on campus. Students can earn associate's, bachelor's, and master's degree without leaving the Cumberland campus. At the associate's level, students can get jobs as teacher's assistants, substitute teachers in some daycare centers, as group teachers. On our campus and through partnerships with Wilmington University and Montclair State University, students can receive guidance and take courses to become a certified preschool to 3rd grade teacher. And if desired, they can continue on our campus to earn their master's degree as well. We also have elementary and secondary education programs as a foundation for being a general teacher or for music education, physical education, and we have a program specifically for art education. Our education courses at RCSJ Cumberland embed service hours and experiential learning into all of our courses and put students into local classrooms to really get a feel for what they'll be doing. We offer advisement to illuminate the pathway to certification. We have a master's degree program with Fairleigh Dickinson University that can be earned on our campus, but we also have supportive advisement to provide a clear pathway to any other college to which a student wants to earn either their elementary or secondary certification and degree to be a certified teacher from K to 12 in New Jersey or wherever else they want to go. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate that. And I hope if you have any questions, you'll ask them later or reach out at some point. And I'm going to turn this back to Dean Ruffino. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Kevin Kitcherman, our Assistant Dean of Education. Kevin?
Thank you, Dr. Ruffino. Good evening, everyone. It's great to see everybody virtually attending this session. I'd like to tell you about the education programs on the Gloucester campus. The programs on our campus are education with a focus on elementary education. However, if students wish to do an early childhood pathway, the courses are very, very similar, almost identical to those required for Rowan, so you can do that and do what we would call a traditional 2+2 program. However, this past year was the first year we had the opportunity to offer an amazing program that links with Rowan's Bachelor of Arts in Inclusive Education. And it is a 3+1 program in inclusive education. Students who are completing year 1 of that program this year are now in line for their 2nd year, and then they have the opportunity to stay on our campus and complete their 3rd year while paying our tuition. So it gives students the opportunity to take 3 years of a 4-year program at our cost and save significant dollars. It will enable students to complete a bachelor's degree for less than $30,000 in current dollars. The other unique thing about the program is that the Rowan Inclusive Education major provides students with the opportunity to earn necessary coursework to meet the qualifications for 2 teaching certifications, an elementary teaching certification and a special education teaching certification. To be able to complete that in 4 years is an amazing opportunity. We encourage students to follow this pathway. First of all, as a elementary education teacher, when you graduated from Rowan University, the job market could be highly competitive. If you have a 2nd certification, that being in special education, it would make you much more marketable to prospective school districts, right? Between the cost and the 2 certifications, it's a program that we highly recommend. Many of our students, as I said, just completed the 1st year. We had over 85 students in the program this year. We look forward to another very large number. Additionally, you don't see the word secondary education under our programs. What we would advise you, if you are decided that you want to be a secondary subject matter teacher, whether it be in history, in English, in one of the sciences or maths, is that you major in arts and sciences and take that option, history, English, math, biology, and then after your 2 years, you can transfer to Rowan or another 4-year school to continue your education there. So although we don't specify secondary education, our program meets those qualifications as well. And the third program listed there is health, physical education, and recreation. All right. Students interested in becoming physical education teachers can come to our campus and take the first 2 years of a program that will match Rowan University's program identically starting this coming fall. So it's a one-to-one match between health physical education at RCSJ and Rowan University. If I can cycle back to the 3+1 program, an additional requirement that as an education major in any area that the state of New Jersey requires is that you must take a test called the Praxis Core in order to get into your third year of the program. And in order to help our students prepare for that test, and it's a test of high school math, reading, and writing, we have a Praxis lab on campus, and now virtually, where students can work with our Praxis lab coordinator to prepare for the Praxis test, which is a required test you must pass before you enter the third year of any education program in the state of New Jersey. So we have a Praxis lab. The only other community college that I know of in the state that has one is RCBC. I look forward to hearing some of your questions at the end of the presentation. And I believe now I'm going to turn it over to Josh Pittington.
Thank you very much, Kevin. So now let's transition to the question and answer portion of our program. And Kevin, here's a question that came in. So if a student is already a college graduate, but now they're interested in the 3+1 Inclusive Ed program, how do you recommend they proceed?
They should contact our education advisor, Mr. George Ray. Easy email address, grey@rcsj.edu. Set up a virtual appointment with Mr. Ray. Make sure you have your transcript available so that he can review what you've taken and see how it matches to our requirements and the state of New Jersey's requirements. And from there, put together a plan. I do need to send the caveat, however, is that the third year of the program will not be available for anyone on our campus until fall of 2021. So if you're a college graduate and you have enough credits to meet a lot of our requirements, you may be going part-time for the coming year, waiting for that third year program to be available in the fall of 21.
Thank you. Kevin, another question. So in terms of a student that, again, wants to go into the 3+1 program for Inclusive Ed, and they want to be an English major, is that good enough, or do they need to have some sort of a minor as well that might assist them in getting that job and you know, becoming a teacher?
They don't need a minor. As I said, if they clearly want to be a high school English teacher, then they should not be part of the 3+1 program on our campus. In fact, they should become an arts and sciences major in the English option to follow that. I don't know if the student who asked the question is a Cumberland campus or a Gloucester campus student, right? But after I answer the other part of this question, maybe Dr. Felice might want to chime in as well. With the 3+1 program, there is an opportunity, not to get complicated, to earn the 15 additional credits by taking some extra classes and take another Praxis test to get a middle school language arts/English certificate. So you can get that through our program with 15 extra credits and passing a test for middle school. But if you're going to teach anything above 8th grade, then you need the subject matter certification in English, which is a different certification, requires a heavy load of English courses and additional education coursework offered at Rowan University, along with a separate English Praxis test. I don't know if Kate has any information if the student is from Cumberland as well.
I think that you really covered it there, Kevin, and I think that's important to know that distinction with certification, that you can teach up to 8th grade in up to 4 different subject areas of concentration, but that's a little bit different than what you do if you were teaching secondary ed. One course that you would take that would work for both if you're kind of in that decision-making process is adolescent psychology, because that's required to teach either. But there's a little bit different of a pathway, and that's where an advisor would really be helpful, or to contact one of us to see what that pathway might work best with what you've already taken. Thanks.
So much, Kate. Lisa, if a student wants to change their major, how do they go about doing that?
Sure. So if you need to change your major at any point during the term, you would want to speak with your academic advisor. This is for the Gloucester campus specifically. And if you need to speak with your academic advisor, you can schedule an appointment with them. Easiest way to do that is rcsj.edu/advisement. And you can find your advisor's appointment calendar there. You can also find your advisor on your student portal as well. So when you log into your student portal, you can go into there and find your academic advisor that way. But for a simple change of major, if you don't need advisement for the term, you can also participate in express advising as well. And if you visit our /advisement page, there's 3 different ways for you to do that. You can text the number, you can join our queue virtually, and you can also email us if you need assistance with that. So it's a quick and easy process to do. Just need to speak with your advisor.
Thank you very much. And Kevin and Kate, just one more question. So if someone does want to become a high school English teacher, which campus would you recommend that that person attend? Which one's going to be able to give them more leeway in attaining that degree?
So I would say it depends on whether if you wanted to do a entirely on the campus kind of program through maybe Fairleigh Dickinson or something like that. But if you're talking to transfer to any other college or university, the foundational courses are going to be the same. But then as you get further along in the program and really think about your praxis and the pathway where you want to transfer to, I think that's when you might want to take into consideration a little bit of meeting with an advisor and seeing what that looks like. So I would probably recommend on a practical level to take the courses foundationally in the campus that makes most sense to you convenience-wise and has the courses available when you need them in the sequence that you need them, which is really both. So you have opportunities at both schools because that foundation is going to be the same.
I couldn't agree more. That's great advice, Kate. And again, knowing your ultimate destination in terms of which four-year school you're going to kind of will dictate some of those pathway courses that you'll take on either of our campuses, because each college in the state of New Jersey has slightly different requirements for their programs. So you have to have a set in mind. Obviously, we know what Rowan universities are since they're one of our partners, but not everyone wants to go to Rowan, so there's other opportunities. So working very closely with transfer advisors and doing your homework on the campus, the four-year campus that you want to attend is equally as important.
I think that's so key, Kevin, especially because it gets really intimidating for you to think of that pathway. It's, to us already, and then to think about, transfer seems overwhelming, but we know that. And that's why we work really hard with our advisement team and within our departments to help you figure out what that path is supposed to look like going forward. So don't let that be a challenge or a barrier. That's certainly something that's an opportunity, and it's an exciting opportunity that we help you figure out.
Thank you very much. We're about at the end of our time. I think we have a video we want to watch. It's from our Music Society. It's one of our clubs that are on campus. So let's go ahead and we'll kick that off, and then I'm going to hand it over to Lisa so she can talk about how someone can actually get started if they decided that, this was a great presentation. I want to become a Rowan College of South Jersey student and perhaps take advantage of one of those great 3+1 programs.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow.
But if we are wise, we know that there's
always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend.
I'll help you carry on. For It won't be long
till I'm gonna need
somebody to lean on.
just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you understand.
We all need somebody to lean on.
And we are definitely here for you as Rowan College of South Jersey to be leaned on, help you with your education. Lisa, will you please talk to a student about how they get started and how they would register for summer classes if they want to start now?
Thank you, Josh. Yes, of course. So yes, we would love to get you started today, enrolled for summer and or fall courses if you are interested. The first step that you want to take is you want to make sure you apply to the college. That's your number one first step. It's the easiest step you can do. You're going to visit rcsj.edu/apply, and from there you want to make sure you choose the Gloucester or Cumberland campus, whichever one you are interested in attending based on today's presentation of what is offered on each campus. And then the next step we want you to complete is your FAFSA for your financial aid. So please make sure if you have any financial aid questions, you also visit us at rcsj.edu/financial aid. And if you do have specific questions from that webpage, you can ask our chatbot, who will be able to assist you further. Next, testing. A lot of students have been asking us about the placement testing to enter for the summer or fall terms. Our testing is now optional for fall of 2020, so you do not need to satisfy a placement test. However, if you have taken an SAT, the PARC, anything along those lines, if you have AP scores, we would love to see those to help place you in the appropriate college level courses for your success. Finally, as soon as you apply, you are actually ready to meet with your academic advisor. Bring your high school transcript, and if you have a college transcript, we definitely want to see that as well. Make that appointment to meet with your advisor. Just go to rcsj.edu/advisement, and then that way you are able to see who your advisor is, talk to them more in depth, make an appointment with them, and figure out how we're going to get you in the classes for summer and fall and what's going to work best for you. Once you register for classes, you are going to be able to set up a payment plan or utilize your financial aid, and we are here to help you every step of the way with this. So please remember, visit us, rcsj.edu. You can go /open house. On that webpage again, you can review all our majors that are offered on both campuses, and you can also ask us any questions that you may have from there. We are a little bit over time, so I'm going to hand it back to Josh to end today's presentation.
Thanks so much, Lisa. Really great information. I want to thank our panel for a very informative conversation, and I want to thank all of you for attending this evening's virtual open house and for learning more about RCSJ. Remember, you'll be able to find a recording of today's event as well as other helpful information at rcsj.edu/open house. Once you're there, you can learn about student services, financial aid information, and student life, and continue to ask any of the important questions that you started asking this evening. Rowan College of South Jersey is proud to be the #1 community college in New Jersey. Our driving goal is to maintain a safe and affordable learning environment that fuels your student success. Godspeed, and thank you for attending.